On our recent Mediterranean cruise, there were 3 ports that really stood out, not just for what we saw, but how they really made us feel. I'm Karen from Sapphire Blue Travel, and I'm with my husband Phil. We're an Aussie couple who love travelling and sharing our real life stories and the places that we go and see. Today I'm counting down our top 3 ports from our recent Mediterranean cruise, why we like them and how they made us feel. Stick around to the end to find out which of these ports got our number 1 vote and rank. Genoa was our second port stop after we boarded in Barcelona. We did dock in Marseille, but we didn't get off there, and it was a really lovely introduction to the ports on this cruise. Fortunately, it was cold and wet the day that we docked in Genoa. At the last minute, we decided to pay for the hop-on hop-off bus and did the hour-long blue line and got to see the coast and a few more things that we would not have seen if we had have just wandered around. After the first hour or so, we found the point on the bus that got us to the furthest point on my walking plan that I'd had for the day. So we got off the hop-on hop-off bus there and then went up and got a great overview of Genoa and then caught a lift back down and started our walk through the city. This is a great ancient city in Rome. We just wandered, we took in the sites that I had on my list and made our way through. Google took us to some interesting places, and of course we tried pesto, which is the local dish up around there, one of them anyway. It was a really lovely city. Our second port was a little bit controversial, and I'm still a bit shocked that it made it onto our list, but it was Civitavecchia, and it was a last minute decision because we were actually going to try and go into Rome, but just before we left Australia we decided that we would just stay in Civitavecchia and make the most of the day, and this ended up being really lovely. Civitavecchia has lots of statues and monuments that you can see. This tour we didn't actually do a lot of going in to places and monuments and stuff. We went into a couple of churches. I don't think we did a museum while we were on the cruise at all. It was really a very pleasant city to wander around. We probably only spent 3 hours there. We were both not up to walking too far those days, so we took it fairly easy. There is more that you can do in Civitavecchia if you have the time, but as I said, we made it a really easy, slow-paced port day, but just walking from the ship into the town and the immediate area was enough to feel very, very fulfilled. If you're looking for a great place for lunch in Civitavecchia, we had pizza right opposite the waterfront, and it was a really lovely place to sit and people watch, and the pizza was great. Okay, who took number 1 ranking? Thankfully, it is the reason for the cruise and it did not disappoint. It was Valletta, Malta. I picked this itinerary because I've always wanted to go and explore Malta. For this stop, we actually booked a ship excursion for 4 hours and did a half-day ship excursion where we got to go to Marillax and the Blue Grotto, and that was fantastic. Marillax is a little fishing village that has a lot of history, lots of colourful boats called laccas. The Blue Grotto, it was lovely. Paid €10, went on a boat, actually got to go into the grotto and a couple of other sea caves along the wall, and it was just a fantastic experience. And then we came back and caught the lift up and went to the Upper Barak Gardens before going for a wander through some of the back alley streets in Valletta, and that was really lovely. Great stop. So they are our top 3 stops from our 7-night Mediterranean cruise on MSC World Europa. There's a whole lot of videos down in the description below. So as I said, this cruise had a couple of more stops that we're not mentioning today. These are just our top 3. These are the ones that we will probably talk about for years to come. We would love to hear from you. Which would be your favourite or highest priority port and why? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to swap stories. And if you're dreaming of going to the Med, what stop would be a must on an itinerary for you. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit the like and subscribe button? We love building our community and we love keeping contact with you. As always, thanks for joining us. Travel brilliantly. Bye.